This has been a tough 24 hours. Obviously, another tough loss. Obviously, with Brooks going out, you have a good pulse of the team. What is the overall? It's so quiet in here. What is the state of the team right now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's still some good things to take away from that tape. Obviously tough, the last couple of weeks losing the way that we've been losing, but I mean, it's definitely it's good how much we've been competing, how much we've been staying together as a team. Despite the losses, we haven't been disconnected at all. I feel like we're growing that much more stronger, so it's definitely been a positive.
What about Jonathan Brooks specifically?
Yeah, that's tough, man. To see him go down like that. He was just getting his footing, so definitely wish the best for him. Wish him a speedy recovery, but definitely tough for him.
And Dave talked to y'all like earlier today. What did he say? What was the vibe of the room?
I mean, yeah, similar things. Just like there's some good, there's some bad on the tape. It's our job, to, learn from the bad and just expand upon the good. And, make sure we're just cleaning up that tape week in and week out.
I more so meant when he told you guys that Jonathan was out for the year. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, obviously it was tough. He it's a tough situation. More than anything, obviously he just got back. He's getting his footing again. So his message was similar to I guess what I said. Kind of just wishing you a speedy recovery. Obviously we appreciate him. Appreciate the guys in the locker room putting their body on the line. For this team. So.
You guys have come a long way, and you should feel good about that from where it's been. But is there a sense now, after three straight really, really close games, that hey, we come a long way, but we now got to finish. The close games aren't good enough anymore.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Obviously, you don't get brownie points for being competitive. It's about wins and losses. So we understand that. It's an expectation for us. We're not shocked that we're competitive against some of these good teams coming up. It's just, it's an expectation now. So now the expectation got to be that we got to finish these games out.
Icky, you guys have been facing some pretty stingy run defenses, but you're still kind of having your way with them. Chuba Hubbard going over 1,000 yards for the first time yesterday. Just talk about the mindset and the toughness aspect that this line has gone into this season with, not just the last few weeks, but season as a whole.
Yeah, it's definitely a mindset we try to buy into early in the year, just being able to run the ball at will and controlling the line of scrimmage. That's a big point for us. A big reason that we've been able to stay competitive is that getting that run game going. I feel like it really opens up the offense. So definitely a point of emphasis for us throughout the whole season.
Is it extra motivation when you're looking and they're like, oh, the Panthers won't be able to run this week, and you guys basically don't shy away from your game plan and just take it to them?
I mean, it's definitely a little bit of a pride thing. Anytime people think they can get you off your game, you get a little bit prideful. You want to prove them wrong a little bit. So. Definitely factors in a little bit.
Is there a little bit of concern right now? Obviously, with Brooks going out, and you have Blackshear, he's day to day at this point. You're bringing up a guy. Obviously, he's been here. I mean, is it still day to day status quo with you guys? Like, hey, regardless of who we're backing for, he's going to be fine. He's going to get his.
Yeah, that's the mindset. That's the mindset. we got to control. We can control. Obviously, it's next man up mentality. And then when that goes back to they're expected to produce, the guys up front were expected to produce as well. So shouldn't be no fall off there at all.
Icky, Ashawn was telling us yesterday that he thinks this is the best pass rush year he's had. I know in practice 1 versus 1 doesn't go a lot, but from what you have seen of him, would you agree? And why has this been the best year he's had as a pass rusher?
Yeah, Ashawn's been a dog this year. Obviously we've had some battles throughout OTAs and campus stuff, so I got a little bit of, I got a little insight into that. But obviously you can tell it was a point of emphasis for him. Just obviously he's being a leader on that field as well, but growing into that game, growing into that side of his game, it's definitely been fun to see how impactful he's been in the pass rush.
I mean, for opposing offensive linemen, how intimidating should that be that Ashawn Robinson has decided to become an elite pass rusher?
I mean, obviously, he got the frame to do some damage in the run game, so it makes it that much scarier when he can move that well in the pass game too.
Icky, you like the 1 yard line now?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how has it transformed from earlier this year? I don't know, do you relish those opportunities?
I mean, it's definitely that's kind of like it's really exciting when you get to the 1 yard line and the coach calls, your favorite run play. It just shows the faith and the trust he has in the offensive line. It definitely makes us feel good. It feels like he was scoring too, right there on the line. So when we block a guy into the end zone, it kind of feels like we scored too. So definitely a good vibe.
In what ways have Rob and Damian been beneficial to your growth?
Yeah, I mean, they've been great. Obviously, having D-Lou next to me, having that consistency next to me, it's been great. Obviously, he's been doing it for a year or two longer than me, so that experience always factors in. So just picking his brain a little bit, learning what he's been through and stuff like that. I just feel like, the more we play together, the more connected we're going to be. And I feel like we've been growing really well in that chemistry.
Icky, does
Thanks,
Devin
Icky.
Tompkins ever stop moving?
Nah, he's always moving. Even like pre-practice, he's always like stretching, like moving around, making sure his body's right, like everything. He's always he's a race car ready to go.